Dun, 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 dun.
Well, even though there are some deviations with this plot compared to what's come out in the past, this is not MarVista's first rodeo with cheerleaders, and I believe it's not their last. I believe there's actually a couple films that have gotten trailers recently that have to do with cheerleaders from this one studio, which if you've not heard of MarVista Entertainment before, I know I keep saying this, but just in case you're a new viewer, I've covered them in the past. They're a TV film studio, so stuff like you see on Lifetime or a couple of the other channels on there. That's what MarVista typically tends to do, and they usually tend to be romance thrillers. Sometimes not. You'll get Christmas movies, rom-com movies, occasionally. Maybe you get some other seasonal films, but their usual things are thrillers, and namely romantic. This isn't necessarily, I think, a romantic thriller, but it sounds, again, this is right up their alley, at least from what I'm hearing from the synopsis. But, I mean, it's got an inviting synopsis. We'll see if the trailer pays off, again, with this company. This is a studio, and I've talked about this before, they are notorious for spoiling their trailers or spoiling their movies in their trailers. So you'll watch a film, in this case, is exactly 90 minutes, and they put all the stuff in the trailer. It's essentially like a 3-minute movie. It's really short. It's kind of funny that they keep doing it because they're not changing their formula, even though how many other studios know we don't do this? I mean, sometimes you have studios that will maybe show too much, but there's a difference between, we're going to maybe show a little too much versus we're going to give you the entire plot, we're going to show you the climax, the twist, and the ending of the film. We're going to hint at what happens. It might not be exactly as obvious about it, but enough to make you guess. It's like, can you play the waiting game at least if you're release dates? I don't know. Again, they haven't changed their formula, so I guess we're sticking with, the usual. But again, this sounds okay, at least from the synopsis. We'll see if the trailer goes that way, but let's take a look at this first. This is called Most Likely to Murder, or alternatively titled Never See Her Again. It goes by both. This is what it says on IMDb. A popular cheerleader's life is turned upside down after a house fire kills her father. So not exactly the romantic baggage that was centered in Fatal Beauty, which was, again, the film I was talking about. They've done cheerleader films before. That one was actually, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, a couple content parts where I was like, this is a little out of what I want to watch, but let's just say the romance got a little heavy, and it was like, there's stuff I don't need to see here, but it was a good film, for the most part, narratively speaking. Although, again, that was another case where MarVista spoiled the movie in their trailer. Let's see if this follows the same path. But I think, a popular cheerleader's life, and, if your house fire and then your dad dies, which would be horribly unfortunate, yeah, that'd be really sad. I'm sure this girl has a huge, grieving process that's going to have to take place, but I'm interested to see how the thriller angle comes in. So, we'll see. It's turned up saying maybe, I don't know, maybe the grieving process gets the better of her. Maybe this is an advocacy piece for actually take time away from the world, recenter yourself. I mean, that'd be horrible. Again, I'm not trying to laugh at the circumstances of this movie, because if that happened in real life, certainly that'd be horrible for anybody, but we'll see where this goes. This could go off the rails, at least from what I'm guessing. This is a MarVista movie, and it's one of their thrillers, so I've come to expect this by now. As always, we're going to watch the trailer first for Most Likely to Murder, and then we're going to talk about it more in my condensed review segment. Pause watching the video together. Okay. Here we go. Oh, it's a pretty long trailer. Not 3 minutes. It's a little shorter than that.
Casey, glad to have you back.
What do you know about her?
Just the rumors. She freaked out or something the first semester.
Casey, you okay?
I look like a freak. Stupid wig.
You are not a freak.
I know what I look like.
You're Casey, right? I'm Reagan.
Hi.
Do you already have a partner for speech?
You want to partner with me? A year ago, my house caught on fire.
And my dad didn't make it out.
This is all that's left.
Sorry. Have you checked Instagram?
Hashtag most inspirational.
Every year, the school votes for the person they felt had the most positive impact.
Well, that's sweet, but I'm getting a weird feeling with that
Coming out of
girl.
her shell. That's all I wanted.
We don't really know her, so
I hope you know what you're doing.
Is this the school counselor?
yes?
It's my friend.
Those aren't mine.
I don't want her to get in trouble.
So it's the other
didn't know
girl.
what else to do.
Okay, that was a twist.
The squad is a girl short, if you wanted to share.
Don't you find it weird if something bad happens, Casey benefits from it?
A package came for you.
Jefferson High. I give you this year's most inspirational.
She's playing all of us. See for yourself.
Others have tried to take me down, and it's never ended well for them.
Are you threatening me?
Casey had to go to counseling for anger issues.
There's some crazy stuff in there.
It says you were the main suspect in the fire.
Where did you get this?
Casey, how many people have you hurt? Enough to keep them from taking what's mine.
Yeah, she needs to take a little more time to
Say
breathe.
hello to the most inspirational student of the year, Casey Paulson.
You have no idea how much this means to me.
She needs some healing. Just to make it obvious. I mean, again, that'd be traumatic for anybody to go through, but these girls had nothing to do with it. Now, I'm sitting there, again, they did get me. That was a bit of a twist where I'm like, okay, this girl, but they already kind of hinted at it with a synopsis, like, oh, she might, get off the rails a little bit, but just the way they were talking about her, I thought the cheerleader girl was the one to be like, there's something weird, like, is she trying to use this girl? Like, what's going on? Like, it kind of, they started out with, like, oh, the familiar, like, high school gossipy thing, and then you're like, okay, but it sounds like they've made a friendship very early on, like, at the restaurant, like, oh, she's the most inspirational, at least her face looks genuine, but then I'm like, I can't shake that, but then it looks like, nope, that's not the case. So this girl, maybe it's a feeling, again, of a loss of control. That's relatively explainable. I think, again, we need to control those instincts, most certainly, at least what you're seeing here. Like, don't go planting drugs on people. Don't go stealing people's, I was going to say career. Cheerleading is not really a career. It's more of a side hobby at school, from at least my experience. But if this girl is the top of the team, let her be the top of the team. So it really seems like she's trying to be, like, at the center of everything, kind of control the world, because maybe, again, the loss of her father from the house fire traumatized her in a way that she needs healing, and she hasn't had that experience yet. It's a compelling, it's a good idea. I don't think, maybe towards the tail, some of the things they spoiled maybe a little bit, that was, at least I personally think, one of their more reasonable trailers. There wasn't too many spoilers in that, but it looks entertaining. I'll probably give it a go. I don't know, maybe it's free on Tubi or something. Some of these MarVista films have tended to be that way. I found a couple on Tubi of, like, especially the older ones. I think Fatal Beauty, actually, they were cheerleader film I was talking about earlier on. I think that one was actually on Tubi. Yeah, that one is. Pretty sure it may still, I might need to go recheck, but I think it's still up. But it looks good. I mean, it looks very entertaining. Again, for anybody going through this, it'd be a tragic circumstance and situation. But make sure you control yourself. I mean, if the grieving process takes you into being a bit of a psychopath, you've gone too far. Seek counseling. And these girls might want to be careful. I mean, again, like, well, they're thinking, well, she's the most inspirational. Yeah, but, I mean, she gives a great story. But again, this seems like it's going to backfire. So, I would say this is a case of where, well, I was going to say, maybe kind of like a control freak, but understandably, we can at least kind of get an idea for why. The movie's giving us that articulation. So, it looks good. It looks like a very compelling watch from MarVista. It looks like a very strong film. What do you guys think of Most Likely to Murder? Feel free to let me know down below. Don't forget to like and stuff, like and serving that bell. And until we look at our next MarVista movie, because we got a lot more of these, including cheerleader films, I will see you guys at that point. Whatever film we get to watch together next, it could totally differ from that. But until that point, thanks for watching this video. I love you guys. Don't forget to love yourselves, fellow man. God bless and peace.